In this lesson, we're going to talk about why you really need to know the notes on your guitar and why you need to know how to spell chords. At some point, as you start to progress and become a better guitar player, you're going to either want to write your own music, if that's not something you're already doing now, or you're going to want to learn how to improvise, which is just to play guitar solos, except instead of playing guitar solos that you've written, you're making them up on the spot. For me, that is one of the best tests of how strong of a player you are. If you can play something over a progression that you're not even familiar with and make it sound like music, then you're onto something. So what we want to do is get familiar with our guitar. You know, we need to know that, for example, that's a D. That's an A. That's a C. That's a B. We need to know where these notes are. Just for an example, say that we're playing over an A minor chord. Now, for those of you who have gone through the, the chord construction lessons and things like that on the website, to make an A minor chord, you need an A, a C, and an E. That's it. Out of all the notes that you've got available, that's all that you need is an A, a C, and an E. So go through and find the A's, the C's, and the E's on your guitar. Or even within one spot, figure out where they are. If I take just the regular minor pentatonic, this shape that everybody learns first, and I go through and I label the notes as I'm playing it. I've got A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. So I've got those notes, and they're here. Now, yes, you can learn arpeggio shapes. But when you learn arpeggio shapes, you're not going to understand, to me, at a deep enough level, where, all these notes are going to be. You'll have to rely on that shape. But if you know where the notes are on your guitar, if you know for certain that this is an A, and that's a C, and that's an E, and you've got another A right there, that's what's going to help you with your improvising. Literally, you can start a phrase with a chord tone. In this case, A, C, or E. You can play gibberish, just random notes in time, and then at the end of the measure, hit a chord tone and resolve it. And it's going to sound good. It's going to sound like you know what you're doing, because you're taking notes that probably shouldn't all go together. Add in all the chromatic stuff you want, but you start a phrase and end a phrase on a chord tone and resolve it on a chord tone, it's going to sound good. So that, it's a little bit of a drawn out way of saying it, but that is why it's so important for you to know the notes on your fingerboard. When you combine that with, learning movable chord shapes, like the fact that that's an F, but then this is an F, and this is an F, or that's a C, and that's a C. Knowing how to move those kind of chord shapes around, strengthens you as a rhythm player. So learn the notes on your guitar, learn how to spell your chords so that you can then manipulate the chords into what you need. A quick example of that. I have this F chord, and within this, I've got A, I've got a C, and I've got an F. So A, C, F. Now the notes for an F chord are F, A, and C. I know that if I need an F minor chord, I need to take that A and I need to flatten it. So A major, or F major, F minor. That's it. I just moved one note and I've got a whole nother chord that I can use. So learn the notes on the fingerboard. Learn how to build chords. Overall, it's going to take you to another level of guitar playing. and of understanding music at a deeper level. So hopefully that helps you out, and I will see you next time.